Hello, 7th graders. Your video for tomorrow is going to be section 3.1 out of the book, which is on graphing and writing inequalities. And first of all, to just remind us of what an inequality is, those are the mathematical sentences that have the greater than, less than or equal, or greater than or equal symbols in it. So it has these guys, these symbols. It doesn't just have an equal sign. It's not equal to, it's an inequality. Something is greater than, less than something else. So the solution of an inequality, that's another one of your terms, and it's exactly what it sounds like it is. It's a value that makes the inequality true. So it's a value that answers the question. So for example, if I have x is less than -8, and my question is, which one of these three numbers are a solution to that, I would plug them in and see. Is -10 less than -8? Yes, so -10 is an answer. Is -5 3/4 less than 8? No. Is 0 less than 8? No. So the only one out of those three that is an answer to this is -10. Now keep in mind that you don't actually just have one solution for these, you have a solution set. What do I mean by that? Is -10 the only number I can put in for this and have it work? No. There's an infinite number of numbers that are less than -8. Anything that is to the left of -8 on the number line would answer that question. So then the second part of what we're going to do, we're going to graph these. So we're going to graph our answers to some inequalities. So I want to graph the solution of x is less than 2. Okay, to be able to do that, there are four little, not really rules, but 4 steps that we're going to take to be able to do that. And I'm going to switch over here and type it so that you can read it, because it's kind of hard to read my writing on here. So I'm going to type the steps, and then I will show you how we're going to go through the steps. So step 1, we're going to draw a number line. That does not mean, when we graph these, you can't put it on an XY graph. Not when you just have an X. There's ones that we'll do later with an X and a Y, and then we can. But we're not going to get to that yet. So step 2, after you draw your number line, you're going to circle the answer on the number line. And I'm going to show you in a second here how we're going to do that. And then after you circle it, you are going to shade the circle if it's an or equal question. If it's an or equal problem. So if it's a less than or equal, like that. That didn't underline. Let me go back and underline this. So if it's a less than or equal, like that, or a greater than or equal, like that. Okay. If it's just the regular less than or greater than, you're not going to shade it in. And then the last step, you're going to shade the side of the line with the answers on it. Okay, so now what do I really mean by that? Let's go look at a problem. So let me just switch back to my pen. So if I have the problem x is less than 2, that is a very simple inequality, but it is an inequality, and we can follow those steps. So first step is we're going to draw a number line. And I'm going to let you take the shortcut for your number line. I'm going to just have you do 0, the number you're working with, and the opposite of the number, the inverse. So if x is less than 2, 2 is my answer, so I'm going to circle 2. Does not have an or equal, so I will not shade it in. Where are the numbers that are less than 2? They are over here, so I'm going to shade the line going towards the less than numbers. That's all you have to do for that. So then let's look at one more. Let's look at what the difference would be if it was, let's do x is greater than or equal to 2. Again, make your little number line here, and I'm letting you do the shortcut of the number 0 and the opposite of the number. So greater than or equal to, and let's do a negative. So -2 is our answer, so we're going to circle it. It says or equal, so I'm going to shade it in. And where are the answers that are greater than or equal to -2? They're going to be over here, so I'm going to shade it to the right. That is basically what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So bring that knowledge with you. And actually, I have a couple questions for you. So I want you to bring this with you. I want you to graph these two things on a number line. So x is less than or equal to a -4, and x is greater than 7. So these two things I want you to bring done tomorrow, and we'll talk about them when you get here. Have a good night.